This is episode 3 of the Talk Soon podcast. I'm here with my boy YG.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with Frazier as well.
Know what it is?
And we about to just jump right into it and start these topics. What you got for me, Garris?
So we're gonna talk about fantasy running backs and running backs in general, who we like, who we don't like, and to jump it off, I'll just jump right into it. My number one PPR back is Austin Eckler, and I know it's up in the air with McCaffrey and Eckler. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I could piggyback off of that. I'm going to go with McCaffrey. Um, Mainly because I think the 49ers are going to, take their time with Purdy, and the things they have him do on the field, and it's just going to be just another heavy dose of Christian McCaffrey running the ball, catching the ball, just doing a little bit of everything. So I wouldn't. I would definitely go with Christian.
Frazier?
Yeah, I'm with that too. Going with Christian just because of the simple fact. I mean, it's a Kyle Shanahan type of offense. He's going to get a lot of passes, a lot of runs, a lot of screens, maybe a couple RPOs or some stuff. Just a bunch of different weird stuff, going on. But it's a great offense. So we all know like he's going to rack up those yards, and then he's Christian McCaffrey or whatever. Eckler's good. Don't get me wrong. He's very good, but the Chargers have been plagued with injuries these last few 2-3 years, and it seems like none of them could be healthy or whatever. So it's
He also might be
what are
in
we
his.
really getting out of him?
He might also be in
My
his
bad.
feelings about the whole contract thing. He
That
was one
could
of
be
those
true
backs
too.
that didn't get his due, and he might feel some type of way. Now, granted, you would assume he would play well, so you could maybe get a contract from another team or maybe one from the Chargers. But I do think that there's also a chance he might go into the season not trying to get hurt, right? So if something was typically as a nick or something, he might just say, "Hey, I'm not playing these next 2 games." So just something to watch out for, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you could look at that as a pro too. Like when guys hit their contract year, it's like, all right, you can't really.
Hmm.
They kind of fight through them small injuries and just keep going. And I'm gonna rattle off some numbers from last year. The one that stood out to me was Eckler in the red zone had the second most attempts last year, second to Jamal Williams. And this is the stat that really messed me up was 25 targets in the red zone. It was 10 more than the next running back, and his fantasy points in the red zone were 140. The next running back was Jamal Williams with 95. So when they get in the red zone, they give this guy the ball no matter what. They're just, I know they got Allen and Williams that Herbert targets, but he
Yeah, he's
just, if you
definitely a
watch
really zone
Eckler,
threat.
man, if you watch them, like even if they're down like two possessions at the end, Herbert just check down, check down, check down. And if you're in full PPR, it's so annoying going against Eckler, bro. And I know the
Hmm.
same thing can happen with McCaffrey. So there are 1 and 2. I think we can all agree on that. Chuck, you said you liked McCaffrey's volume, right? So
Yes.
I brought up volume from last year's stats, and I kind of like this stat. It's kind of a gift and a curse to me though, because if running backs are getting ran into the dirt, it worries me a little bit. Like Barkley, for example, last year
Yeah.
he had 856 snaps, which was by far the most. So he's been injury prone, but at the same time, when you're getting that volume, it's like, damn, he's gonna get his yards, he's gonna eat. On the flip side, Austin Eckler, he had like the seventh, eighth most snaps, which is still a lot, but the
Yeah.
fact that he led in fantasy and didn't have the most percentage on the field or whatever, 62% on the field, it kind of like I
Like,
know they're gonna. He just gets the ball, man. He gets rock when he's
yeah.
on the field, and Herbert feeds him. So I get them being 1 and 2. So a question out for you guys: what running back, if you're drafting a fantasy, let's just say a 10-man PPR league, what running back are you afraid to have as your number one running back? So you got 10 backs. Who you afraid of right now?
Um.
Let's take Jonathan Taylor out of the picture because we everyone's gonna
Yeah.
say him obviously. So
I'm afraid of Derrick Henry.
King
That could
Yeah.
Henry.
be.
I just don't know this year. Like, I don't. They could be. I don't know if you think they're going to be good. Because if they're not good, he's not going to get the volume, right?
I think they'll be decent, but it's Henry. Like they
I
gotta
think
give
he'll
him the
get the
ball.
volume
He
regardless.
gotta get
I
the
don't know.
ball.
Something about that team. I don't know. I could be tripping, but I'm a little scared of Derrick Henry this year.
So if Henry was your number one back on your fantasy team, you're not comfortable with that?
I mean, yeah, of course I'm comfortable, but I'm just not sold. I don't think I'm getting 30 every week like it's a lock. Whether it's McCaffrey, I'm like, Rocket, let's go, let's get it. Or Austin Eckler, let's go. Saquon, I know he's gonna be out there every play. That, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense?
Yeah. Frazier?
This might sound a little weird, but I'm gonna go with Pollard. Just because Dallas, Dallas got more offensive weapons at receiver now. They got Brandon Cooks, so it's like you got Lamb, you got Cook, and then who's their third? They got a third receiver. I can't think of his name, but yeah, like you're not gonna get the running like you did when you had Zeke because they knew Zeke was gonna eat.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
I think Pollard's going to get rocked.
I feel like he's going to get rocked, but he's going to get more. He's probably going to get more passing out the backfield because I really don't believe like they're going to be able to just hold up and just run him on first, second down like that. Like he's going to get a lot more looks on third down. I just don't believe like he's going to get, like you said, 30 a game. He might. I give him 21, 22 points maybe a game. Maybe.
So
that's a lot.
You said you just scared because they got too many weapons. I feel you on that.
Yeah,
I get behind that. Yeah.
Pollard is getting rocked. Frazier is 100% wrong here. Pollard is getting rocked, bro.
You don't think Dak gonna shine though? Oh man,
Dak is mid. First of all,
Dak mid.
Oh, bro.
Pollard is. Are you serious?
Dak might actually have a receivers now, so he might.
Pollard was balling last year with Zeke.
Yeah,
like he's the man
balling
now. Like,
but Zeke wasn't. It's a difference when you go from being the number 2 and splitting the carries to being the number 1.
If Pollard is my number 1 back, I'm comfortable. If Henry is my number 1 back, I'm comfortable. I thought you guys were going to go with like Jacobs or ETN. You went with some solid picks.
Jacobs gonna get the rock. Jacobs gonna get the rock.
Jacobs, he is going to get the rock, but he got his money, so it worries me a little. And ETN is, he had a good year last year, so
yeah.
I don't know. Like, even if Joe Mixon is in your top 10, are you comfortable with Joe? I mean, as your number 1?
Joe.
See what I'm saying?
But no, you know what? I think about it though. Earlier on the season, I mean, if they without Burrow, they probably gonna lead on Joe a little bit. So I would feel comfortable with Joe.
Yeah, Burrow's out. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But if he in, I mean, like, Joe be having those games though. Where he just get 3 tutties and like, he had those spectacular games. Something about Derrick Henry this year, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a dog, but like that team just, I don't know.
You don't
man.
feel
that
it,
team
huh?
is just, I don't feel that team this year.
I mean, they got D-Hop, they got Traylon Burks, right? I mean, they're not terrible.
Still got Ryan Tannehill, bro. Like,
yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're right. They still got Tannehill, so they got to hand the rock off. They got to hand the rock off to King Henry. They got to hand the rock off left and right.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
It is.
Who would I be uncomfortable with?
So, like, the bottom half is like 8, 9, 10, 11 is like Chubb, Jacobs, ETN, Mixon, Aaron Jones, Najee. Like, who? These guys said Henry and Pollard, which I disagree with 100%. Because if I have either one of them, I'm happy if I get one of them. You know what I mean?
Somebody got to be the Joker.
I would say Aaron Jones out of that list, Gears, only because the bad man isn't in Green Bay anymore, and Green Bay's probably gonna see a lot of stacked boxes. So and also he already splits carries with Dylan, so I would go with Aaron Jones for sure.
Yeah, I like that. Now, with that being said, who is your guy's favorite back that would be number 2 on your roster? So just look in that range. I have ESPN PPR rankings up on the side. So who's the number 2 you would like to have as running back on your team? Chuck, you want to take it first?
Yeah, I'll take it first. I mean, this is just me personally, and like, I just feel like Jamal Williams he got that job. He ain't letting that job go. Kamara come back after 3. I get it. But he got a nose for the end zone. He just runs hard, plays hard. He was the heart and soul of the Lions last year. I just feel like once those 3 games, he got something to prove. He probably mad because we didn't pay him. We didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
But so he got a little chip on his shoulder. I just think Alvin Kamara don't get his job back. So I would say Jamal Williams.
He had the most rushing attempts in the red zone last year, so not a bad number 2. The Kamara thing does scare me a little because I don't know. I don't know what their offense is going to look like. They have Olave.
Yeah.
Another thing with the weapons, Michael Thomas and of course Kamara. Frazier.
I'm gonna go Brees Hall, just because I feel like he's gonna get a lot of touches because of what the Jets have. Like they got Aaron Rodgers now, Zach, Wilson over there. Like their whole offense is just gonna be loaded. That you're gonna have to worry about stopping them passing the ball, and you're gonna get some runs out here.
So are you worried about that? You're not worried about Dalvin Cook at all over there? Like taking half the snaps?
I'm not worried about Dalvin. Dalvin is mid as fuck.
Oh wow!
Dalvin mid as fuck.
Frazier out of control.
Jesus.
Dalvin was dating Lizzo. I don't want to hear it.
My man's gonna be out here with
He mid as
Brees Hall, and James Conner running back. What's up, Vince? What you got, man?
I think number 2 for me, I'm gonna go on a whim here. This is kind of a reach maybe, but I'm gonna say Bijan Robinson, man. Only because I think he's gonna get a majority of the looks out there in Atlanta. No quarterback, so you can't throw the ball to all the sexy weapons. So might as well hand it off, to the running back that you drafted, 7th? And he's making the most money at the position, or is it the most? Something like that. A lot of Bijan Robinson this year, early and often. So that's my number 2.
So I'll say this: if you're able to get him as a number 2 running back, please take him. It's going to be tough to get him at number 2, but it's possible because people are going to let rookies slide. For me, my number 2 is going to be Gibbs in Detroit. I think they're just going to feed him the pill. Detroit, look at Chuck getting hype.
I saw him practice.
I think they're going to, yeah. You said he looked good in practice. Like, I know a lot of guys look good in practice, but the kid's explosive. I see him having a pretty big year for the Lions behind a really good O-line. So that's who I got. If I can get him as number 2, you get like a Barkley Gibbs combo. That's a nasty running back combo to have if you're able to get something like that. Another name that kind of dropped off was Stevenson. So I know Zeke is probably going to take away some TDs from him, but I think he's still going to be a top 10 fantasy running back. I think people are overreacting with Zeke just because he got all the red zone carries last year in New England. What do you guys think about Stevenson?
I like Stevenson, but I definitely misheard the question. Sorry, guys. Tired.
It's all good.
2, I'm gonna have to say Khalil Herbert. Yeah, I know. Homer pick. Whatever.
Bias.
Oh, wow. Here we go, man.
Here we go.
Homer picks, bro. Oh, my God.
As a guy who was running behind David Montgomery, who's now in Detroit, Khalil was a big play guy for us. Khalil would take that thing 40 yards. And I think now in the contract year, now running behind a team that was a top 5 rushing team last year. And when you're next to a quarterback like Justin Fields, especially on a lot of that read option stuff, where you got to really worry about 4.2, 4.3 type speed, he's going to have lanes. So number 2, I really like Khalil Herbert at that spot, but we'll see.
I get it. I just feel like Justin Fields he's just going. It's like the situation in Philly. Like they get down to the 3, 4, 5 yard line, he's just gonna sneak it in, man. Like I just don't feel. I get what you're saying, but I just don't feel comfortable with Herbert.
That's fair. I like that he's in a contract year, Vince. Guys tend to show up bigger in contract years for sure. Another name, Kenneth Walker. He started off strong last year.
Yeah.
They got him ranked like 17th, 16th, somewhere around there. I'm looking at the rankings now. I feel like that's a steal. Like if he's ranked at the 16th running back, I don't know why. The names ahead of him, like Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, Stevenson, they're all kind of in the same boat to me. I don't know. What do you guys think about Kenneth Walker this year?
Oh, man.
Oh.
Only reason why I think that's tough is because I can see Seattle utilizing those receivers a lot this season. They gave Geno the contract. They just bought it. They got him another shiny new weapon. Not saying that Kenneth won't get his carries because I know Pete likes to run the ball, but I don't know. I wouldn't be just overly confident in that one.
Frazier, Chuck.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know. Like, I've never really watched Walker. Like, I've never just like really paid attention to him. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I mean,
I'm not, bro.
like I like Walker. He got hurt last year, but I mean, like they paid Geno a lot of money to actually throw the ball, right? And he got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett
And the rookie, Smith.
and the
That's what I'm
rookie.
saying.
So I mean, I'm on the fence, but I mean, like, do I trust him? Absolutely not. But I mean, he's not. He's without a doubt. He's definitely a number 2 running back. You're starting him every week.
What I can say is when I watched, all I saw was DK over the top, Tyler Lockett touchdown. I never really saw him getting too many like touchdowns and stuff.
Well,
Like
he got
highlights and
hurt.
stuff.
He got hurt. He
got
started
hurt.
off
Yeah, he
hot
got
and got
hurt.
hurt. So I mean,
Oh,
in a
okay.
way,
Well,
in a
then that's
way,
why.
you could say teams won't be able to stack the box versus them at all because they have 3 receivers that can go up top any play. And I don't know. I think he has a big year. So this is like the deepest fantasy running back draft I've seen in a long time. Like I'm looking down, like Madison's at 18, Connor at 17. You have J.K. Dobbins at 27. I know he's injury prone. Swift at 28, Dalvin at 29, Javonte Williams at 30, James Cook at 31. Like these are names that can actually get you somewhere if they wind up having a big year. And I don't know, man. Running backs are deep this year. I mean, David Montgomery in Detroit, he's going to get a lot of the red zone carries. I don't know. I think
true.
running backs are
It's very
pretty deep this year.
It's definitely a receiver first fantasy year. I feel like draft the big dogs.
I
you
agree.
can find something at the RB position outside of McCaffrey and Eckler. Yeah.
With that being said, I said we couldn't mention Jonathan Taylor as a first running back. We can't mention to not have because we don't know where he's going to land. So where do you guys think Jonathan Taylor may land? You think you have any hunches? What do you think?
I mean, you gotta give up a pick if you KC, right? Like that makes the most sense. Take some pressure off Mahomes.
That's not like Andy Reid, but that would be crazy if he went to KC. I would be.
But if
scared
he go to KC,
sure.
that's gonna be scary.
That's scary.
Yeah, like you got it. I mean, I get it. Mahomes is that guy, but man, he does it every year. But like, it's going to be those years where it's just not. He's not going to do it. Like, and you get a guy like Jonathan Taylor on a rental. Let him, So like, you're not. I mean, you give up what? I give up they're gonna have a late first round pick anyway. Late first, maybe a second.
Yeah,
at this point, I mean, like, what? Indy can't ask for the world right now. It's like the Damian Lillard situation. They really ain't got no choice.
I saw rumors of Miami, and that would be crazy too. Like, can you imagine with like all the weapons there, and then you got to worry about Jonathan Taylor toting the rock?
Yeah.
Come on, man! Like
that would be nasty.
That would be nuts, man.
But I also don't understand. They got decent running backs. Like those, like the guys they got are like bums, and they got the offense to like give them room, you know what I'm saying, like to make it work. But I don't like the Jonathan Taylor. It's too many mouths to feed when you put him in the mix.
Just
if that makes sense.
Just hand him the rock.
You don't think Tyreek gonna want the rock? Waddle not gonna want the rock, man?
Yeah, they're gonna want the rock,
wild, bro. I don't like that, but I get what you're saying though. I just don't like it.
I think they're one of the teams that can afford him too. Go ahead, Vince. My bad.
No, I was just saying. I think he stays put. Backs don't have as much leverage as we see these days, and I think it'll be yesterday's news by tomorrow. By the time whatever injury he has going on right now, once it's gone, he'll be running for the Colts, in my opinion.
So we could wrap up running backs. So, are there any sleeper backs you guys have in fantasy or maybe week 1 DFS that you're going with? Maybe a late pick in the draft that's not on the radar. Maybe a week 1. I haven't really looked at the matchups yet, but Chuck, you seem like you got something. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, I'm this Jonathan Taylor. I mean, like they're not going to pay him. They're not going to pay him, right?
Nah, probably not.
They're not going to pay him. So Deion Jackson is almost like you probably can get Deion Jackson in what? Maybe his stock going to go up for sure, but you probably
his
get him
ownership percentage will be up. Yeah.
Late rounds in actual like season long drafts. But as far as fantasy wise, DFS week 1, like it's just if the Jonathan Taylor situation plays out like I think it does, where he's just not with the Colts or they just don't play him. At 4,100 on DK and 56 on FanDuel, dude is a stone lock in 99.9% of my lineups.
Yeah, he'll be high on for sure.
Yeah.
Vince?
Season long, I can't really give an opinion or nothing that's like, realistic or smart. Daily, I would have to look at the matchups for week 1. Off the top of my head, I can foresee Tony Pollard having a big game week 1 against the G-Man for some reason. I think
say it again for Frazier.
Because that's right. He was seeing Tony Pollard as somebody you wouldn't be comfortable with. No, I think the Cowboys typically just own the G-Man week 1. I don't see a lot of Dak just slinging it all over the yard. I can see a lot of Tony Pollard in that one for the daily.
Frazier, any sleepers? Any guys you like? Maybe week 1 or just season long sleeper for fantasy?
I'll probably have to go with. No, it's kind of hard because I'm looking at the schedule of players like maybe DeAndre Swift.
Swift God.
Don't say
Swift
that.
God.
Don't
I
say
like
that.
it. I love it.
Just because I know,
here.
I just know how my Patriots play like week 1, and if if we don't come out there and perform, like Philly's gonna have the ball more than the Patriots are, for sure. So I know he's gonna get the rock. Like they're just not gonna sling it around, especially if they go up. They're gonna start giving Swift the ball. It's gonna be a big thing, So I feel like Swift could be like the sleeper of week 1.
That's possible. I could see him being a sleeper.
It's possible.
But for season long, I'll be honest with you. As an Eagles
fan,
I will be afraid to draft Swift because people forget they did sign Rashad Penny to a 1-year $0 deal. Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott. It's Eagles, but running back
it's
like
the Eagles, man. It's crazy.
Other than Miles Sanders last year, you can't really see one back just taking.
I was about to say Miles Sanders too, like him and Bryce
somewhat
Young
of a sleeper,
there,
somewhat of a sleeper actually. I mean he's the only.
He can stay healthy.
Ooh,
that's
because they don't have any wide receiver like weapons at all in Carolina, and
nothing.
All you have is running backs really. Like so, they're just gonna hand the ball off. They ain't gonna want Bryce to get. They're gonna want him to throw the ball, but they're not gonna want him to just be out there on third down throwing the ball like crazy and just slinging it like he's the greatest person ever. They don't want to get him hurt, so why not just hand the ball off on third downs?
So I think a super sleeper for season long is going to be Brian Robinson Jr. for Washington. I know they're probably going to be terrible, and I know they got Gibson, but when this kid came back from when he got shot in the leg, he came back and did really well. And I know Gibson's going to take away. He's going to get the PPR stats and
third down back.
I'm not a big fan of Gibson in fantasy, but I think Brian Robinson takes somewhat of a leap and will be on a lot of teams that wind up making a run. And with that flex position, I think you could sneak him in there, especially if you play the matchups game. I mean, I don't have much more running backs. Week 1. They
play someone bad, right? I think.
I can't remember who they got week 1. I can look it up real quick. Let's see. By the way, speaking of Washington, did you guys see them beat the Ravens and end their preseason streak and they act like they won a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
What a shitty franchise.
Yeah.
What a shitbag franchise. Celebrating a preseason win. Week 1, they play the Cardinals. So, a barn burner. Yeah, that could be a game. Brian Robinson gets his.
James Conner.
Washington probably wins that game at their home. Washington will win that game. So that's all I got for running backs. You guys got anything else?
No.
Huh?
So next topic we want to get into is go ahead, Vince.
Hold up.
No, I was just saying draft Khalil Herbert. It was just sidebar.
Get the hell out of here,
God, bro.
Hey, y'all don't listen to him,
man.
Hey, the hype is real, though. The hype is real. I was
Vince's
in Chicago.
fantasy team is going to be Daryl Mooney. It's going to be Fields, Herbert. He's going to have everyone out there on his fantasy team.
Hey, this past weekend, the amount of Fields jersey I seen, bruh, the hype is real in Chicago, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna say the Justin Fields.
So we went through running backs. Next topic, we're going to get into our conference winners. I mean, I know we know the favorite in the AFC, but we'll dig into it a little bit. I'll ask two questions. Who's your favorite to come out of the AFC? And you guys may need to pull this up. What are your favorite odds for a team to win the AFC? So, I mean, I have it up, so I guess I'll take it first.
Yeah, take it first.
Chiefs are my favorite to come out of the AFC, obviously. If I were betting, I do like the Jets at plus 1,000. That would be hard to pass up. Yeah, that's what stands out when I look at AFC as far as like pretty good odds for a team to go the distance. You guys got anything else for AFC?
Yeah, man, I might be on the island right here, but don't get me wrong, Mahomes is that guy. He owns the AFC right now, but
yeah,
do not sleep on the Bills this year, man. The Bills are like 1 or 2 plays away from going to 2 to 3 straight Super Bowls with Josh Allen. I'm telling you, they revamped the running game, and I just think this might be their year to actually get it done because I think the Jets gonna underachieve.
Yeah, they're plus 450. Plus 450.
I like the Bills. I think
so pretty good odds.
The Bills got action.
Vince Frazier.
Odds wise, okay. Obviously, if I had to bet and I wasn't worried about the odds and I just wanted to flip something, gun to my head, New York Jets. Odds wise, if you want, if I wanted to take a chance and maybe flip something, something crazy. I don't know, man. I really like 2 teams. I like Baltimore Ravens at 9-1 odds, basically. And funny enough, man, if Tua can just stay his ass on the field, man, at a plus 1,100 is just, to me,
that worries me, man.
Yeah, he one hit away from being out the league.
Yeah, no, long shot in my opinion. Like I don't think that they make the Super Bowl, but if I just wanted to take a chance on something, I like the Ravens at, like I said, plus 900, and then really like the Dolphins at plus 1,100 are really great, especially once they get Ramsey back. That's a lot of weapons, man. I don't know, but yeah, that's my answer.
Frazier, you look like you agree with the Ravens odds.
So yeah, I was gonna go with Ravens for the sleeper. What is it, plus 900 for the Ravens?
That's great.
But if I really wanted to go with like a sleeper pick for like the odds, I could have went Miami, but I'm gonna go Jacksonville right here. Go Jacksonville because like what I saw in that playoff game, knowing what the potential they have, and just knowing Trevor Lawrence got to that point where he was in a playoff game. We all know who he can be. He gets Calvin Ridley back. Their defense is stellar. Coaching is right. Like, look for them to make a big part. They might make it. They might make it to play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game.
It's possible.
Could be
possible.
They could win. They could win the AFC. Period. Like, so, if I was betting, I would probably go put a slight little, 100 or 2 on Jacksonville. But then also, as far as the Ravens, yeah, they could also do it. They got a lot of potential on offense now.
It's tough.
Because even I'm looking at I don't think the Broncos come out of the AFC, but at plus 3,000, Sean Payton,
Bro.
does he have the magic to get them there? Like,
Bro.
I don't think so, but
that's my sleeper
that's some
pick,
heavy
bro.
odds, man. That's some heavy odds for a team that's supposed to make the playoffs.
Dangerous, I'm telling you.
You think he has a bounce back year? I don't know.
Oh my God, lock. I would put something light on for MVP.
Chuck said it's a lock. Ooh.
Hey, bounce back year, lock.
Hey, yo, if there's a bounce back year in the AFC for quarterbacks, I got Lamar on a big bounce back year if he stays healthy. Not that he had a bad year last year, but he just got hurt. So let's flip over to the NFC. Eagles are the favorite. I'll bet everything on the Eagles.
Same.
That's all I got. I'll let you guys take it from there.
It's this is easy. It's just the Eagles, bro. Like they're just so better in every aspect of football than any team in the NFC. Like it's gonna take a significant injury for them just not to go to the Super Bowl. Because if they get home field and no one's beating them in Philly, they got the quarterback, they got the run game, they got the receivers. Defense is amazing. Coaching is they're one fumble away from actually beating the Chiefs. Let's be real. They score that drive, that Super Bowl's cooked. Chiefs get blowed out. They got a free touchdown, and they got the momentum, so they end up winning. But it's the Eagles, man. I don't even think it's close.
Vince,
don't even ask Vince. We already know what he gonna say. He gonna say the Bears.
Oh, no, he not. No, he ain't gonna do that,
bro. He might.
I mean, if you're talking about just winning the NFC, not winning the Super Bowl, in terms of just wanting to sprinkle something on some crazy odds, I love the Bears in that type of.
I told y'all,
bro.
He gonna rattle some shit.
Oh man,
my God, dog.
Your plus 3,000. You put $20 on the Chicago Bears. You win $600 if they just won the NFC.
Chicago Kool-Aid is real right now.
It's worse than Detroit. It's worse than the Lions.
So I actually like the Lions at plus 800. They're sneaky, man.
This is why it's not.
I mean,
this is why this isn't as crazy of a take as you all may think, right? I'm not just speaking for the Chicago Bears, right? The NFC in its entirety just isn't that good of a conference. Yeah, Philly's the best team, but can anybody name me the last team that lost the Super Bowl in the NFC and went back the very next year?
It's been a while. It's been a
while. Yeah.
I don't know. And football just isn't as fluid as, oh yeah, this team is the best and they're going right back. I wouldn't be so comfortable.
That's
with
true.
It, and I'm not saying Philadelphia is bad. I'm not wishing injuries on them. Like on paper, that's the best team in the NFC, but on paper just don't always fucking work out.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Cowboys could get their shine. San Francisco could just pull it off. You never know.
Yeah, I think it's tough. Honestly, I can't call the NFC, but if you took anybody else in the field, as long as it's nothing silly like, let's say, Tampa Bay or Carolina, you got a good fucking chance, in my opinion. Like,
throw the Rams in there too.
Without
I'm gonna throw
Rams, take them out of there. Take the Panthers,
Cardinals, and all that. Yeah,
Falcons, Commanders. But after that, like, if I was let's say I didn't hate the Lions. I would love the Lions at plus 800. You know what I mean? Just off the NFC just not being that strong of a conference.
I love Seattle at plus 1,300.
You were on the Seattle wave as of late. Hold on, man. Bro. You think they could go to the NFC? You think they're going to win the division, right? So I guess they can get some home games. You have them winning the division, I believe, from last episode. So, I mean, you do have them having some home games, and that is probably one of the toughest places to play in the playoffs or in general in football. So, I mean, I don't know.
For the price, I like them, but like you said, between the margin in NFC is Philly, 49ers. Then there's a whole drop off, and then there's every other team.
It's not a big drop off though. I'll be honest.
It's not big.
It's not a big drop off.
It's not like you jumping off Mount Everest or something. It's like jumping into a 6-foot swimming pool.
And it kills me to say it. Dallas is going to be good. I mean,
I think
Dak played really bad last year. I don't think Dak can play anymore.
No, Dak's just really, really bad. And the Dallas Cowboys are just really, really cursed.
Dallas is one of the top headline teams. That means everybody else in the fucking conference come play some football because you got a chance to do something. If Dallas is one of the top two teams, I don't know. Yeah. Bears play both.
The Eagles gonna walk to the Super Bowl. Just put them in there now.
I ain't gonna say they're gonna walk to the Super Bowl, but
Eagles stay healthy, they'll probably win the NFC. But it's hard to. They were so healthy last year. It's hard to do that 2 years in a row. So that's why teams don't go back all the time, because it's usually some big injury. Colin Cowherd looked at it from AFC. He has the Eagles missing the playoffs. But his whole basis was because of injury. So, if you're going to predict injuries, all right.
That's why.
I mean, come on, bro.
That's crazy, dog.
If you're going to look at actual talent on the field, you can't say they aren't the favorites. I mean, if you say Niners are, all right, cool. They ain't, though. It's Philly.
Brock Purdy got to show me 17 games.
Got to. I think Vince went over that last week with Brock. I'm with him on that. I got to see Brock for 17.
I got to see a whole full
The
17.
film is out. The
Yeah.
film is out. All right, we're done with conferences. So, little disagreement on some things. Next, we're going to get into MVP. Who do you guys have winning MVP? Kind of the same question. Obviously, Mahomes is the favorite. I think we'll all agree. But
Yeah.
as far as odds and who you would bet on, other than Mahomes, who do you guys got?
All right, this wild. I know it's wild. It is cool, but I think it's a bounce back year, and I'm gonna say he got to actually win an MVP because if he's gonna have a good year, they're gonna go to the playoffs and make some noise, get a home playoff game. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Don't even see his odds on my screen. I got to scroll down. Hold on. Russ at plus 4,000 is nuts.
There it is. Nuts. That's nuts, bro.
That's pretty crazy nuts for Russ. I mean,
that's crazy.
Bet something light, you might be all right. That plus 4,000 is crazy.
I don't want to just seem like a Bears homer, so I'm not going to say what I really want to say.
Say it. Say it.
Say what you want to say.
Say it.
You don't
Talk
do
soon.
it, bro.
Talk soon.
Go ahead.
You about to hit us with DJ Moore, bro. Get out of here.
Tell me why not. Y'all know what I want to say, but why not? Tell me why. Like, because y'all think he can't pass? Is that what it is? Because I think when a guy like Justin Fields, we've seen it, right? When everybody gets their number one, it happened with Joe Burrow getting Jamar Chase. It happened with Jalen Hurts getting A.J. Brown. What happened when Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs? Justin Fields is primed for an MVP year. That doesn't mean, I'm not saying he's going to win it, but he's primed for an MVP year. That's all I'm going to say. If I had to bet it, though, like without any favoritism and bias in my heart, I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. Like I said last week or in the last episode, he seems to be free with it, right? Like laughing with his teammates, practicing in the off season. I can't remember the last time we saw him practicing in the off season. And still the top 2 passer in the game while he's playing. So I'm gonna go Rodgers for my favorite, and then my dark horse sleeper, if you want to call it that, is Justin Fields.
Yeah, I would say he's a dark horse sleeper.
Yeah,
Frazier.
MVP. Sleeper favorite.
It ain't gonna be Mac Jones, so
get him out of here.
I never said that. It might be Bailey Zappi. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson with their offense and everything. I think Lamar breakout year can be the MVP this year. For a sleeper pick, and yes, I've been riding this little wave, but the little sleeper pick I got could be Jimmy Garoppolo.
Man, how you boot somebody out of here, bro? How you boot somebody out there? Hey, hold on, bro. Hold on, Chuck. I got something for you, Chuck. Hey, I got something for you, Chuck. Frazier.
Oh man. What up?
Hey, Talk out. Let's go. Yo, hey, G, play it one more time.
Hey, get this guy out of here.
I was just messing.
Get this guy out of here, though.
I was just messing.
Look, you trying to go back. Listen,
bro, you're gone.
Trying to go back. I ain't trying to go back.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Who used to say in Xbox chat? Who's the party leader?
Jimmy G.
Boot this guy.
Jimmy G.
No chance.
So when they back looking at this, right? I want y'all to remember all the stuff I got for these Bears takes, but Frazier back-to-back weeks has said some crazy ass shit.
Back to back, bro. The recklessness.
Crazy. I mean, from the Patriots.
Stand by what I stand by.
Oh, bro.
I don't know what's worse, Patriots taking or Garoppolo MVP, because Garoppolo is a bum. Just
bum, dog. You didn't say Jimmy G. Like, man.
Money on Justin Fields to win MVP before
We
Jimmy
might
Garoppolo.
gotta check
I mean,
Frazier
I
for
said,
a concussion.
Lamar.
So you're right. Back-to-back weeks, Frazier's on some other stuff. Vince has an excuse. He's a diehard Bears fan, so he's seen Fields more than anybody, especially us three. And Fields rushes. He's probably going to rush for 1,000 yards again. So we don't know how much he's going to pass for yet.
No, we done with the running. We're gonna pass the ball this year. We done with all that foolishness.
I agree with you, Frazier, on this. I do like Lamar at plus 1,600. That's heavy, man, and he's a former MVP, so it's like he could do it. We've seen him do it, so why can't he do it again at plus 1,600? As far as the top dogs,
I thought about Deshaun Watson though, but they'll screw him over regardless.
I ain't mad at that.
It's the Browns. I don't know, man.
Hey, they're gonna be sneaky while y'all playing. Right.
They're gonna be very sneaky.
Deshaun gonna be benched.
I'm just looking. I don't know.
They got some weapons.
Ooh, Deshaun gonna be benched by when?
What?
By week 8 for the kid from I think UCLA. Remember I said it. Put it on right here.
Jesus.
That's a take. That's a take.
Yeah. That's my hot one. Week 8, Deshaun out of there.
That's definitely a hot one. I can't believe you said Jimmy G. That's nuts.
My man said Garoppolo.
If I would have, and you're gonna laugh, I would have went with I'm looking at the names. Where is Jimmy G? Plus
Jared Goff. Throw Jared Goff in there.
I would have said Jay Jettas. I would have said Derek.
I thought we were saying quarterback. I thought we were only talking quarterback.
We said MVP. That could be anybody in the league.
Oh, well, then it wouldn't have been that. I thought you meant just quarterback.
We'll go quarterback. I mean, even that's not an excuse. Yeah, Goff, Carr. Carr should have a big year, but we're really gonna find out about Carr this year.
Jimmy G back with his coach. Fuck you.
Hey, Carr. Derek Carr, this is it. He ain't getting no more passes after this, bro. I'm telling
we
he ain't got no receiver.
We stuttering so much with Carr. We don't even know what to say about that,
bro.
bum.
I'm done. He got his best friend playing with him last year. They were fucking terrible, bro. He just threw them they were terrible. He got a fresh start in the worst division in the NFL, bro. He ain't got no excuse. This is it. He done after this. I don't hear nothing else from Derek Carr after this, man.
Yeah. Any other futures you guys like?
I like the Lions. I'm drinking. I got a little pitcher of Kool-Aid. I ain't got the big pitcher of Kool-Aid everybody else got, but because they're the Lions, and I know how the Lions line because I'm from Michigan. But I'll throw a little Kool-Aid on it just because I saw them practice and they look nice.
For me, man, I'm going Bears over 7.5. Jags to win the division.
After that episode, I looked at the Bears schedule. I was trying to be a hater, but they're gonna win more than 7.5.
Oh, I know.
Win more than 7.5.
Listen here, nothing I'm saying is gonna be a lie, man. Only one they're gonna win over 7 is the number
Justin
one.
Fields MVP is a lie. So I don't have any more topics today, fellas. You got anything you want to throw in? I think I'm gonna pull up Weddle. We're gonna do Weddle. But
I got one thing to talk about. It's off NFL topic, but it's NBA related.
Here he goes. NBA.
I just want to get y'all opinions on it.
Let's go.
Steph Curry, point guard of the Golden State Warriors, went on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, and they asked him, was he the best point guard ever? And he said, yeah. Me and Magic. Just thoughts on that.
He's the best point guard ever, but he's not really a point guard. That's how I look at it.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm not saying he just – because, I get the cockiness. Best shooter ever, yeah, but point guard – I don't think he's a point guard at all.
So that would be like a whole different debate,
best. Though. Yeah,
he's listed as point guard, so he's going to be remembered as a point guard, even though he's more like a shooting guard coming off screens. Yeah. Steph is the best point guard ever, in my opinion. If you consider him a point guard, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's tough. I do think Steph is the GOAT. I don't scoff at anybody, not the GOAT player, but the GOAT point guard. But I'll for anybody that says Magic Johnson over Steph Curry, especially because I'm the type of guy that values, winning over everything really. And Magic got 5, and Curry's only at 4. So my opinion if Curry was to get one more, it wouldn't be a question. But I already got Curry as the GOAT point guard. Just change the game in just a different way.
Frazier
Frazier.
or Chuck, either one of you.
Curry the man, dog. Like no matter what, Curry just the GOAT, dog. Like he different. He definitely came and changed the game, dog. Like basketball now and basketball back then, two different types
100%.
of basketball. But
100%.
Magic could have been the GOAT at his time, at the point guard position. But when Curry came in, his first couple years, like it wasn't the greatest, but guaranteed within like that fourth year, like it just blossomed. He blew up. Like him and Monte wasn't the greatest together, but as soon as like they got their team going or whatever, he came out to show everybody, man, shooting threes from half court and shit, bro.
Yeah.
So like who does that?
So do you think? Because this is, I think a lot of people, don't get me wrong, Curry is one of the greatest players to ever play in the NBA, but I think a lot of people put the other stats to the side because he is the greatest shooter we've ever seen, right? Not even close. But outside of that, his defense, like it's non-existent. Like it's just outside of the shooting, I get it. The shots are crazy. The 50, 60 point games, ridiculous. But if you look up the stats, how many triple doubles Curry got? He's not really up there. Assists per game per year, it's not nothing fancy. It's just, I get it. He's the best shooter all time. But to call him a better point guard than Magic, Isaiah, like guys that actually played the position, like their whole career, not off ball like that, I don't know. I mean,
but it's hard to talk about it like that because of the
point guard.
It's two different. It's two different.
Disrespecting Zeke.
Basketball. It's two different eras, dog. Like it's not the era.
If he would have said, if he would have said, "I'm the best shooting guard ever," I'd be like, "Yeah, not even a question." But he said point guard.
So you're more focused on his actual position. It's kind of like when AI played. AI was point guard sometimes, shooting guard sometimes. So I get what you're saying, but he's listed as a point guard. But
he never plays. Look at his assists per year, and you watch the Warriors play. You know Draymond Green's the point guard.
So is Russ a better point guard than Steph Curry?
Russell Westbrook.
Is he a better point guard? Steph Curry?
Russell Wilson. What you mean?
Yes. The triple double year. I mean, that's tough. A better actual point at the position. Man, that's crazy.
That's what he asked.
Nah, I give Steph. I think Steph a better point guard. Steph a better point guard.
So if you're saying based off like playmaking and Russ would be better based off playmaking, you could have said a lot of more. Not better than,
like I think Chris Paul's a better point guard than Steph Curry. Prime time Chris Paul is a better point guard.
So it's more so you disagree on Curry saying he's a point guard. That's all.
I disagree with Curry saying he's a point guard. Yes, that's why for that he's just not the best point guard.
So let's say he's a shooting guard. Where's
he's
he
a point guard?
He's listed as a point guard, but he doesn't. Really
I understand what you're
saying.
He's
a point guard.
He comes off screens. He doesn't have the ball in his hand all the time. Draymond runs the offense. I get what Chuck's saying, but
and he plays with the second best shooter of all time. They had the two best shooters to ever play the game. It's just wild.
I might have Ray.
Who was the second best shooter of all time?
Klay Thompson.
Clay.
Over Clay?
I got Ray over Clay.
Nah, bro. Clay scored 60 with two dribbles, dog.
Bro, have you not seen some of these stats? The years Curry actually carried some of these fucking games and these teams, these championships.
He's talking about playmaking, which is
playmaking. I'm not. So Curry is a top 5, top 10. Curry's a top 10 player of all time. Not taking nothing away from him, but at that position, it's maybe one or two guys is better than him.
So there's two things. I don't like comparing errors, like Frazier said, and second is 2023 is almost like positionless basketball. Like
exactly,
there's no positions anymore. We have a center that's probably the second best point guard in the league right now, and Jokic. Like, the way you watch the game, I guess, is Jokic a point guard? No, but he runs the point.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We're in such a different era. It's so hard to compare. So
I think the best way to kind of describe it though is you can say Steph Curry isn't a playmaker. That's the term before. He isn't a playmaker. In the sense of him being a point guard, he's definitely a point guard. He's just the position has just evolved. You just don't come up sets and pass it, and that's not the position anymore. The position requires you to score 25 to 30 points per game. It requires you to move without the basketball and allow these 6'7" to 7 foot wings be able to do their thing too, right? So uh, he doesn't compare when it comes to the playmakers of the game or throughout the course of history. But in the sense of him playing the one, and he does things that point guards do, like that. That's just like he doesn't set people up, but he definitely does things that point guards do. And he's evolved the position with his shooting. So I wouldn't say he's not a point guard. It's just that he isn't a playmaker. He isn't a great playmaker at that.
All right, last thing, man. We're gonna play some Weddle. So we'll just go down. I'll just go in order how I see you guys, and we'll just start guessing players. Easy mode, I think we'll get it pretty easy. Hard mode, we're gonna need all of us. So Vince, I'll let you just guess a random player first. This is offense only, no lineman.
Okay.
Any player. Any player in the league. Who you got? Justin Fields?
Oh, I just started guessing. Justin Fields.
Justin
What happened
Fields.
if it's Justin Fields? That'd be wild.
That would be nuts. So he's under 6'3", within 2 inches. He's over 24 in age, within 2 years, and he is in the NFC. He's not a quarterback. He's not in the NFC North. He's not on the Bears, and his number is number 1.
His number is number 1.
No, it's over number 1. It's over number 1. So Frazier, I'll let you go next.
He's under 6'3", Christian McCaffrey.
So we're down to receiver in the East or South, or tight end.
All right. Give me CeeDee Lamb.
Ooh, so an NFC East receiver. NFC East receiver. I'm gonna go Scary Terry. Oh, it's not. So he's not on doubt. So he's an Eagle or Giant?
Devontae Smith.
It ain't AJ Brown.
I was thinking AJ Brown.
It ain't Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins?
AJ Brown, man. AJ Brown. Give me it's my turn.
AJ Brown it is.
Oh wow.
AJ Brown it is.
AJ Brown only 6'1". That threw me off.
I thought he was like 6'2".
I thought he was like 6'3".
Yeah, that threw me off.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a little shook, and I'm an Eagles fan. I was like, hold on.
Devontae Smith is 6 foot.
Oh, hard mode on. All right.
Here we go.
I'll start from the bottom up, so I'll let you go first, Chuck.
Let me hit with Jalen Ramsey.
So he's an AFC East player.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
Glitchy.
And he's not on defense. So that's a good start. Frazier, you're next.
Josh Allen.
So AFC East 6'5". So this guy is probably going to be a lineman or a tight end.
6'5". Quentin Williams? Fuck it.
Hunter Henry. Not a tight end. He's a lineman on the Patriots. Frazier, carry us home, big dog.
Cole Strange.
I might cheat, dog. I might pull up the phone.
Come on, Frazier, back to back.
Cole Strange.
Let's go, dog. Hey, my guy got it. Frazier's tough. What? I started off. Let's do Patty Mahomes. He's probably a corner. Ramsey.
He's under 6'1"?
Yeah, he's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner and someone in the AFC South or AFC North. Could be a safety as well.
Stingley Jr., give me that.
Didn't the Bengals draft a safety?
I don't even know. I couldn't even call it.
They did. Because they don't got Bates no more.
Should we just put in Minka to see if it's the Steelers?
Yeah, go ahead. Put it in. I'm stuck on this.
I know it's not him. I just want to see if he's safety. Yeah, it's a safety. Chuck over there typing. Look at him. Look at him typing.
You over there.
My man's wanted to be right. So.
Hey, he called me, dog.
Leave her alone.
You caught me, no. You caught me.
I know. Please.
Hey, let me see. Let me see the hands, Chuck.
Oh no.
Let me see the hands, dog.
Talk down. You back to Jersey too. Talk down.
Try Jesse Bates.
Bates he's gone. He's not there, right?
Oh no.
Nah.
No.
He's an ATL, yeah.
Oh wow, I'm tripping.
I feel like it's the Bengals safety. They have a young safety. I don't know it though. You want to just say we'll take the L 2-1? We take the L 2-1. Go ahead and look it up.
Yeah, it might be Dax Hill.
Dax.
Oh,
DAX.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, fellas. That's gonna wrap it up for episode 3. I appreciate you guys. Until next week. Talk soon.
Let's
Talk
go.
soon, dog.